Welcome. Begin seated in lotus or an easy cross-legged seat. Bring your left palm to rest on top of the right palm, your thumbs touching. Lengthen up through the spine, allowing the shoulders to roll up, back, and down. Begin to cultivate a deep, slow, and even breath in and out the nose. Inhale, expand your belly, your low ribs, your heart lifts. Exhale slowly and smoothly out the nose, pulling the navel to the spine. Inhale into your belly, low lungs, your side waist expands. Exhale slowly and smoothly, belly button pulling in and up. Inhale, expanding your lungs in 360 degrees. Exhale, grabbing a blanket, bringing it to spread across your mat to protect your knees. If you don't have a blanket, you can roll your mat in half, bringing your knees out wide, flexing your feet, and coming down onto your forearms. Slide your hips backwards, finding your edge. And continue to breathe deeply, slowly, and evenly in and out the nose here. With time, allowing your hips to open with your deep, smooth breath. Your knees going out to either sides of the room, and your hips slowly melting closer to the floor. On your next inhalation, slowly start to walk your knees towards the midline together, shifting your knees together, pressing into your palms and rising up. Bringing your knees now together and sitting down in between your feet. You can also bring a block or a pillow underneath your sitting bones. Sit up tall with a straight spine, then bring one huge bolster or two pillows stacked on top of one another to the base of your spine, to your low back, and glide back onto your back. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you and allow your arms to clasp opposite elbows above your head. Inhale into the belly, the low ribs, the rib cage expands. Exhale slowly and smoothly, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Continue to breathe deeply and slowly in and out the nose for the next few minutes. Slowly, like you're moving through honey, relax and release your clasp on your elbows and open your arms out to the side, your palms turned up. Inhale into your belly, your side waist, your heart expands. On your exhale, press into your feet and rise up to sitting with a tall spine, your hands resting on your thighs. Pause here for one deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, ground the hands in front of you. Make sure there's a bolster beneath your knees to avoid any discomfort, and rise up. Bring your hands to your low back. Press into your low back with your hands. Lift your chest and expand across the heart. You can stay here, keeping your gaze forward, breathing deeply in and out the nose. In your own time, you may want to slide your hands down to your heels, pressing your hips forward, tucking your tailbone down, lifting the heart up, avoiding any compression in the low back. On every inhalation, expanding the breath from the base of the spine all the way up to the heart. On every exhalation, pulling the low abs up and in. If your hands are on your heels, glide them to your hips. Support your low back as you slowly come all the way up, looking forward, continuing to lift across the heart, and then gliding your sitting bones back to sitting on your heels. Shift your pillows to the side and open up your legs wide in a V. Sit with a tall spine. You can always bring a block or a rolled up blanket underneath your sitting bones here. On your next exhalation, begin to fold forward any amount, actively pressing the hamstrings down into the mat. Your feet are flexed. In your own time, coming forward onto your forearms, turning your palms up to the ceiling. Using your deep, slow, even breath in and out the nose to melt you deeper into this pose. Allow the head to grow heavy, focusing your attention on your breath. With time, perhaps bringing your hands out in front of you, allowing your cheek to melt closer and closer to the floor. Perhaps your fingertips spreading out towards your heels. Slowly in your own time, on your next inhalation, pressing into the palms to rise up halfway. Pause here. Inhale deeply. Exhale, rise all the way up to sitting with a tall spine and bring your hands to your thighs, rolling your thighs up, back, and down, back behind you, rooting the sitting bones down into the earth. Elongate your spine, lifting your heart, rolling your shoulder blades down along your spine. Then bringing your right heel into the outside of your hip, stacking your left knee on top of the right. Counterbalancing our last pose, bringing the legs in, pressing the thighs to get a deeper, more comfortable sitting, grounding down through both sitting bones. If you have trouble getting into this pose, just sit up on a rolled up blanket or on a block. Then lift the left arm over the left ear, stretch the side body open, grounding down into the left sitting bone, the right sitting bone. Breathing here. If you want to go even deeper in your own time, you can lower down onto your right forearm. Otherwise, stay here, opening the hips and the side body. On your next inhalation, slowly rise back to sitting with a tall spine. Allowing your arm to slowly, gracefully release down to your side. Lengthen up to the crown of the head, and then bringing the left arm under the right, your palms come together, lifting your elbows up to shoulder height, and relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. Pull the arms apart as if you're trying to pull them to either sides of the room, but you can't because they're bound. Squeezing the arms together. Inhale deeply, the air traveling from your belly all the way up to your shoulders. Every exhale, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Release the arms, slowly unwinding them, bringing them to rest for a moment in your lap. Inhale into your belly, side waist, your heart. Exhale, unwinding the legs, switching sides, stacking the knee on top of the other, pressing the feet to the hips, lengthening up through the spine, grounding down into both sitting bones, lifting the heart, closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. Then stretch your right arm over the right ear, grounding down into the right sitting bone, stretching the side body and opening the hips here. In your own time, you may want to come down onto the left forearm. Otherwise, stay here, focusing on your breath. On your next inhalation, slowly, gracefully rise back up to sitting with a tall spine, allowing the right arm to gracefully fall down to your feet. Then intertwining the arms the opposite way, bringing your hands to touch. Lifting the elbows up to shoulder height and relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. On every inhalation, expanding the breath from the base of the spine all the way up. On every exhalation, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Easily unwind the arms, bring your hands to rest on the soles of your feet, lengthening up through the crown of the head. feeling grounded and connected to the earth before you unwind the legs, straightening them out back behind you and gliding down onto your belly. Bringing your forearms down onto the mat like railroad tracks, spreading your fingers wide, pulling your heart forward in between your hands. Pressing the tops of the feet actively down into the mat. Engaging your thighs so much that your kneecaps lift up away from the floor. Pressing the hip points actively down into the mat. Lifting the heart and allowing the shoulder blades to glide down your spine. Slowly stretch the left arm straight out from the shoulder and roll over onto your left side, bending both knees, bringing your right sole of your foot to the floor, bringing your left foot towards your right. As with any pose, whatever I offer is optional. You can always take Balasana, child's pose, shifting your heels back, your hips to your heels, and straightening your arms out in front of you. Wherever you are, focus on deep, smooth, and even breathing in and out the nose. Inhale into the belly, the side waist, the sternum lifts. Exhale slowly and smoothly out the nose, pausing at the end of the exhale. At the end of the inhalation, allowing your mind to gravitate to the stillness in between your breaths. On your next exhalation, straighten both legs back behind you. Straighten the right arm out from the shoulder blade to the side and roll over onto your right side, releasing your right ear down to the mat. Stacking the left hip on top of the right, bringing the left sole of the foot to the mat, bending both knees and bringing the feet to touch. Opening here, breathing deeply, evenly in and out the nose with sound. On your next exhalation, straightening both legs back behind you, pausing on your belly for one breath, then pressing into your hands, shifting the hips back, crossing the legs and straightening your legs out in front of you, easing slowly down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time, rolling your shoulders onto your back, turning your palms up to the sky, allowing your feet to grow heavy. You can also bring a bolster underneath your knees to release any tension in your low back. On your next exhalation, slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll over onto your right side, taking a deep breath here on your right side, allowing your breath to settle all the way down into your belly. In your own time, press into the palm of the left hand and slowly come up to an easy seat. Bringing your hands to rest in your lap, stacking shoulders over hips, lifting your palms to your heart. Take a deep breath in and let it out, shifting any props out of the way, preparing for the Yang part of the class. Waking up, warming and energizing the body. Slowly step back into Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward dog, spreading your fingers wide, practicing actively out of your arms, lifting your hips up and back, engaging your quadriceps so your kneecaps lift, and allowing your heels to melt down towards the floor. Rolling your biceps in towards your ears to broaden across the shoulders. With every inhalation, lengthening back to the hips, elongating your spine. With every exhalation, pulling your belly button in and up. Walking now slowly, your feet out, bending one knee and the other, and then lifting your right leg straight up to the ceiling and slowly pulling your knee in towards your nose. Moving like honey, slowly opening the body, straighten the right leg up back behind you, then bringing the right knee in towards your right elbow. Shift the hips back, straighten the right leg, pointing through the toes. Exhale, knee to your left elbow, waking up your abs, increasing your heart rate. Lift the right leg straight up to the ceiling, bringing your knee in and grounding your right foot in between your hands. Pivot your left heel down to the mat and lift the arms out and up. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, sweeping your arms back behind you, looking forward. Inhale, lift the palms out and up. Exhale, gliding your arms back behind you, press back to the edge of the left foot. Inhale, pulling the right hip back, lift the arms. Exhale, reaching forward to the crown of the head, swimming the arms back. Inhale, extend up through the arms, soften your ribs, engage your abs. Exhale, arms back behind you. Inhale, stamping the right heel down into the earth, lift up on the left mound of the foot. Lengthen your tailbone down and then re-straighten your left leg, lifting the arms. Exhale, get down with the hips, bending your left knee down towards the mat. Inhale, lifting the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, allowing the arms to gracefully come down halfway. Inhale, lift the arms, straighten the back leg. Exhale, bending the left knee down towards the mat. Inhale, extend the arms straight up, straighten that left leg. Exhale, bending through the left knee. Then lower the left knee all the way down to the mat and lengthen your toes out behind you. Pull the right hip back, straightening the right leg, pulling the right toes toward you. Fold forward any amount over your right leg. Your hands can come on blocks on either side of your right leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, hollow the belly and fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, pulling the right hip back. Exhale, hollow the belly, fold deeply over the right leg. Inhale, lengthen, extend to the crown of the head. Exhale, belly button towards your spine, fold. Then roll forward onto the right foot. Ground down into the right heel. Sweep the palms out and up, lifting up out of the low back. Exhale, melt the arms down. Inhale, strengthen through your legs, lift up out of the low back. Exhale, open the arms, lift the heart. Inhale, engage the inner thighs, lift up. Exhale, open the arms. Inhale, engage the inner thighs to lift up out of the low back. Exhale, open the arms and glide them all the way down to frame your right foot. Curl the left toes under, lift the hips and step back. Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward dog. Spreading your fingers wide. Inhale, shift your shoulders above your wrists, come to plank. Exhale, press your hips back, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, roll forward to plank, pressing back to the heels, forward through the heart. Exhale, back to downward dog. Spreading the fingers wide, roll forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, pressing actively out through the arms, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, rolling forward into plank, engage your core. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lifting the left leg straight up to the sky, extend through the toes. Exhale, moving slowly like through honey, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting the left leg back behind you. Exhale, bringing the left knee to the right elbow. Inhale, extend the left leg back behind you, keeping the hips level. Exhale, left knee to your nose, round. Inhale, extending the left leg up, keeping the hips level. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Then ground the foot in between the hands and pivot the right heel down to the mat. Stamp down to the left heel and sweep the arms out and up, pulling the left hip back. Exhale, sweeping the arms back behind you. Inhale, grounding down to the edge of the right foot, lift up out of your low back. Exhale, swimming your arms slowly back behind you, bringing the left thigh as parallel to the mat as you can. On your next exhalation, gliding the arms slowly back behind you, long line to the spine. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, swimming the arms back. Bringing your hands to your hips, roll onto the ball mound of the right foot. Lengthen your tailbone down and then inhale, sweep the palms out and up. Exhale, bending the right knee down towards the mat, melt the arms down. Inhale, strengthen and straighten the back leg, lift up. Exhale, bending the right knee, lengthening the tailbone down. Inhale, straighten and strengthen the right leg. Exhale, bending the right knee down towards the mat to hover. Inhale, stretch up through the fingertips. Exhale, get down with hips, bending the right knee down to the mat and releasing it to the floor. Stretch your right toes out long and shifting your hips back, straightening the left leg. Pulling your left toes toward you, pulling the left hip back and the right hip forward to square the hips and then fold. You can bring blocks to either side of your leg here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, gliding the shoulders down the back. Exhale, hollow the belly and fold. Inhale, look forward, inflating your lungs. Exhale, pulling the navel into the spine and up. Roll back forward onto your left foot. Pulling the left hip back, the right hip forward, lifting the arms out and up. Engage the muscles of the abs to protect your low back here. Inhale, lifting the arms up, strengthen the legs. Exhale, get down with the hips, melt your arms open. Inhale, engage your inner thighs, lift up. Exhale, get down with the hips without coming into a rounding in your lower back. Inhale, engage the legs, lift up. Exhale, open the arms and glide them to frame the left foot, curling your right toes under, shifting the knees to the middle of the mat. Exhale, tucking chin to your chest, lengthen your tailbone down. Inhale, cow, allowing the low back to grow heavy. Inhale, rounding the spine, pressing the mat away. Exhale, lifting the gaze, looking forward, cow. Inhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Exhale, lift the heart forward, release the low back. Inhale, lengthening the tailbone down between your knees, tuck the chin. Exhale, lifting the heart, gazing forward. Inhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, press the mat away. Exhale, coming to a neutral spine. Curling the toes under, pressing actively out of the arms, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, gliding your right knee forward, your right foot in between the hands. Come up onto the left toe mound, and then step the left foot forward to meet the right, your big toes kiss, and step back with the right leg. Lengthen through the spine, and then step the right foot forward to meet the left, look forward, exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward, draw your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, fold. Stepping your right leg far back behind you, pivot the right heel down to the mat. The left heel bisects the arch of the back foot and windmill your arms open to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bend your right elbow into your side. Lift your left arm over your left ear. Inhale up. Exhale, left arm bends in, right arm over the right ear. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, right elbow in, left arm up. Inhale to center. Exhale, left elbow in, right arm over the right ear. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, left arm over the left ear. Inhale. Exhale, left arm in, right arm over the right ear. Inhale, extending the arms, straightening the left leg, and gliding the left hip back as you bring your left hand to your thigh or your shin, avoiding the knee joint for Trikonasana. Lengthen through both sides of your body, bringing your right arm over your right ear for a more intense stretch. Inhale, right arm over right ear. Exhale, the arm straight up. Pulling the hip back, keeping a micro bend in the knee as you rise back up to standing, and rebend the left knee, circling your arms down to the mat, lifting up on your right toes. Shorten your stance slightly for Parsvottanasana. Pulling the left hip back, the right hip coming forward, fold over your left leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, pressing into the inner edge of your right foot, into the outer edge. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. You can also bring your fingertips onto blocks either side of your foot here. Then ground your hand to the inside, on top of, or outside of your foot. You can also bring your hand to a block. Either keep your left hand to your left hip or straighten your left arm up to the sky. Pulling your left hip back, your right hip forward. Magnetize your inner thighs and then lengthen through the spine before twisting. Every inhalation, lengthen the spine. Every exhalation, twist open from the navel center. That's a challenging pose, balancing and twisting. stepping your right foot to meet the left. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward, glide your shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stepping the left foot back, grounding the left heel down to the mat, windmill the arms up to Virabhadrasana 2, lengthening your tailbone down, bending your right knee over your right ankle, pressing your right knee out in the direction of your middle toes. Inhale the left arm over the left ear. Exhale, the arms straighten. Inhale, bend the left elbow in, right arm over the right ear. Exhale, arms straighten. Inhale, left arm extends. Exhale, come back up. Then shift your feet forward a touch, stretching forward with the right hand. Release your hand to your shin or your quadricep or a block, pulling the right hip back. Keeping a micro bend in the right knee to protect the knee joint, lengthening through both sides of your body. Pressing the inner edge of the right foot down and shifting your right knee in the direction of your middle toes. Opening the left hip up, rolling it open. Inhale, gliding all the way up to standing. Exhale, windmilling your arms down to the mat, shifting up onto the toes of the left foot and shortening your stance. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, Parsvottanasana. Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward, and lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward over your leg any amount. Press the inner edge of the foot. Keep a micro bend in the right knee. Engaging the muscles of the leg and squeezing your inner thighs toward one another. Every inhalation finding length in the spine, looking forward. Every exhalation folding deeper. Then bring your left hand to the inside on top of or outside your right foot, your right hand to your hip. Magnetize your inner thighs toward one another, lengthen through the spine, and then open up to the right, twisting open. Using the strength of the legs to stabilize you here in this balancing, twisting posture. Paravitra Trikonasana. Twisting open here. On your next exhalation, releasing the right arm, releasing the left arm, stepping the left foot forward, and folding Uttanasana, stacking hips over ankles. Then slowly gliding down to the mat, stepping your feet back, bringing your knees down to the mat, your hips directly over your knees, and walking your hands forward for Anahata. Inhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, and exhale, melting the forehead down towards the mat. Begin to find an own movement and rhythm with your breath here, perhaps circling the hips, rounding your spine, releasing any tension in your low back, flossing your spine first to the left and then to the right, where you can stay grounded, your forehead melted down to the mat. On your next inhalation, press into the hands, gliding your knees forward, crossing them and straighten your legs out in front of you. Then rolling down one vertebrae at a time onto your back. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lifting your legs straight up to the sky, your feet directly over your hips. On every inhalation, allowing your breath to expand down into your belly. On every exhalation, pulling your belly button down towards the spine, hollowing the belly. Breathing deeply in and out the nose here. Allowing your blood to rush down out of your hard-working feet and legs. Harvesting all of the benefits of an inversion. Keep your attention on your breath, your mind gravitating towards the pauses at the end of your exhalation, at the end of your inhalation. Continuing to breathe deeply and slowly in and out the nose. Begin to point and flex your toes. If your legs are starting to shake, your body is detoxing. If it becomes too much, you can simply pull your knees into your chest for a while and then re-straighten the legs. Bending, flexing, pointing the toes. Then begin to roll the feet around in one direction and then the other. Then bend your knees, releasing one leg down to the mat and the other leg down to the mat. Let a deep sigh out the mouth. One more time, breathing in deeply into your belly, front ribs, heart lifts. Sighing out the mouth. Relaxing into a well-deserved Shavasana. Roll over onto your right side slowly, bending your knees. And on your next inhalation, press down into the left hand to glide yourself up to sitting in an easy seat, bringing your hands to touch your heart. wishing you radiant joy, health, and so much love. Namaste.